Somebody found us on YouTube and sent us an air compressor to check out and share with you guys. It's not sure how to say the name here. Gobege. I'll go with that. It is a nice air compressor, and those of you who have known me for a while know I'm a little bit controversial when it comes to spare tires. I don't carry one. I've used my spare tire one time, and I didn't really need it then. I could have gotten to the tire store. It was only about 3 blocks up the road, but I had a couple of young kids riding with me, and they were all excited. They had an opportunity to act like NASCAR pit crew, so whatever, more power to them. I'm in my 50s. I'm too old to be changing a tire on the side of the road. I'll put a little air in it and limp on up to the store if I need to. So can of Fix-A-Flat, not my favorite cup of tea. Gobege provided this heavy-duty air compressor. We're going to check it out and see how it works. Real quick, take a peek at the specs. It is 12 volts, so it's going to work. It's 150 psi max pressure, so it's going to work for all of our tires. My tires only go up to 50 psi, but some of you go up to 80 on your vans. The rated current, that's pretty high, so we may not get away with plugging this into the cigarette lighter at 45 amps. But let's see. It comes with some nozzles, and it weighs about 16 pounds, it says. Well, the packaging must weigh a little bit more, because that thing feels pretty heavy. I was saying, spare tires are for sissies, people who don't know how to have an adventure, people who don't know how to realize when they're at the top of the mountain with no cellular service, they don't have any air in their tire. It was down so bad that the little tire pressure gauge only went like that. It moved like that much. So I put a can of Fix-A-Flat in it right away and then drove 36 miles down the mountain to find this. We'll be fine. Everything's fine. Everything's obviously not fine, but we made it through. If we had this air compressor, we wouldn't need the Fix-A-Flat or the gas station compressor. Very good. They're not expecting us to plug into a cigarette lighter, thankfully. Clamps right onto the battery, so we'll be doing that. Tire inflator lock, that's good. Looks like, pressure gauge right there on the hose. That's handy. So there we go. Pulled out of that side pretty easy. Obviously, these parts go together. Got inflators here for our air mattresses, beach toys, and basketballs. Feels good, looks good. Nice heavy-duty piece of machinery. Easy to carry. Let's see what else is in the bag. A different tire inflator. So this lock on, we've got this bigger lock on with a trigger then. Or smaller valve lock, big trigger. I don't think I need that for my tire application, so we'll go with this one. Obviously, this is going to take a different hose than this one did, so they do include both hoses. And pop the hood and we'll hook it up. Got it hooked up to the 12-volt battery, as you can see over there. And now this obviously goes on the valve stem here. Take the cap off. Just push that on there, clamp it on, and then we'll turn on the air compressor. Starting a timer there to see how long it takes to pump this tire up. See, we have a gauge right there. We want to get this tire up to 50 psi, so it's going to be a little bit. It's not real noisy. We can talk over it, certainly. Rubber feet on the bottom, so it's not shaking all over the ground and rattling. Good length of cord, so you can hook it to your battery. Maybe your house battery would be a better option for some of you. And the hose looks to be long enough. We can reach all the way to all 4 tires at least.
Got 50.
we turn that off, it's going to drop down a little bit. So we're going to run it up past 50, past our ideal pressure. So, where are we at on time-wise? Yeah, almost 6 minutes. 5 or 6 minutes, we'll stop that. We're above 50 PSI here, so we're going to let some out. There's a little button on the back. Let that out. Okay, I think the max pressure on this tire is 51. So there we go. That looks like 51 to me, leaning on the high side. So we're going to call that good. Be sure to put the cap back on. Disconnect the battery. Disconnect the hose. And it all goes back in the bag real nice and neat. True story, just last week I had a flat tire, but well, they just sent me this air compressor this week. I was already up north. You can see some wear here where we drove a little bit before I realized the tire was getting flat. It's just a little bit worn there. But yeah, as soon as we noticed something was wrong, pulled over, and it is by no small coincidence, I already had one of their air compressors. This is the dual head unit. Today we're talking about the single head. They're both quality products as far as I can tell. They work great. Okay. So, key points that I like about it. Portable, lightweight. Works pretty fast. What, 6 minutes? I can live with 6 minutes to inflate a flat tire that's all the way down on the rim the way this one was. And your tires are probably not going to need this much air, so it might go a little faster for you. It's quiet. We can talk over it. And it didn't get too hot. After one tire, I could put it away right away. So what am I going to do with two air compressors? I already have a dual head. What am I going to do with this single head? I'm glad you asked. Join us at Winter Sprinter in Deland, Florida in January of 2024, where we'll be giving away this and other door prizes to attendees. Say that name.
I didn't see it yet. Gobege.
Really? Oh no.
What would you say?
Gobage?
Gobege.
Should we go look at their website real quick?
Yeah.